Kia ora everyone, welcome to your third day of the first week of our home mat classes, and I hope you're enjoying them so far. We're enjoying learning how to put them on and recording them. It's been good fun. Alright, so we're going to start with some basic balance before we move into a Pilates sit today. Now, once we do the Pilates sit, for those who have bad knees, you want to make sure that at any stage if you feel uncomfortable with them, you place your hands down and move to the floor, or you just sit down and join us in the rollbacks. For those who want to challenge their balance for the Pilates sit, that will be awesome. So I'm going to get Karen to stand at the end of the mat, feet hip width apart, and I'm going to stand front on so you can get a bit of a front view. We're going to have your feet nice and wide to start. And the hands will just drop down naturally in front of yourself. Hopefully, yep, I don't hit Karen, that's good. Okay, so from here, I want you to take a deep breath in as you bend at the knees, your hands cross slightly, and on the breath out, you're going to lengthen wide, reach right up, lengthen to the ceiling, hands come together and reach to feel the stretch down the stomach. Breathe in, bend, the hands come in front, breathe out, lengthen, use the breath to reach. Breathing in, 2 more. And breathe out, lengthening up. 1 to go, breathing in. And breathe out, lengthening up. Breathing in. Now the next one, when you go up, we're going to hold up there. Breathe out and lengthen and hold. Now connect the hands. Take a breath in. On your breath out, without shifting your hips, you're going to keep them centered. You're going to breathe out and side flex to your left. Feel that stretch increase down the left side, right side of your body, and you'll breathe in back to the center. And breathe out, reach to the right. Really lengthen. You want to feel this side of the body reaching more than dropping. And back to the center. 2 more. Breathe out, lengthen. So 1 more each side. Really reach. And return. Final 1. Breathe out, lengthen. Breathe in, return, and bring the hands down, bend the knees for 1 more full reach, lengthen right up, feel the full stretch, and return the hands down. Alright, so we're going to start with a few roll downs as well first. So we're going to have Karen standing, feet hip width apart, neck tall, chin drawing in, shoulders wrapped back and down. You'll take a deep breath in. On your breath out, zip and hollow chin to chest as you slowly curl down 1 vertebra at a time. So you're walking down the spine. Tailbone, knees straight, and tailbone reaching to the ceiling. Take a breath in, and breathing out, slowly restack. Tucking the tailbone, shoulders back and down, head up last. Take another breath in, and breathing out, rolling down, rounding the spine. Arms hang to the floor, tailbone to the ceiling. Keep the arms nice and relaxed. You should be able to shake them out. Deep breath in and breathing out to restack. 1 more. Another deep breath in. Breathing out as you roll the spine down. Tailbone lengthens to the ceiling. Hang the head heavy. Deep breath in and breathing out to slowly restack. Perfect. Now we're going to move to about 2/3 forward on your mat. So I'll bring Karen forward to there for the Pilates sit. Sorry about the sneeze. Oh, sorry about that. All right, now what we're going to start with is I'm just going to get Karen to demo one first. And you can decide whether you think this is going to be right for you. As I said, if you've got knee problems, you may just want to sit on the floor. I'll actually demo from the side on view as well, so you can see what's happening at the front. And then if you guys join in on the second one. So you'll cross 1 foot in front of the other. You're going to bring your hands up crossed as well, just at chest height. You'll take a deep breath in. You'll notice Karen will need to lean forward as she sits her butt down. So you'll breathe out as you slowly lower, as if you're going to end up with crossed legs sitting on the floor at primary school. You'll need to lean forward and sit the butt right down. Now coming down is a lot easier than getting up, but you need to make sure when you get down you don't drop and land on your tailbone. So since we're going to come back up, we will. So you'll be leaning forward if you ever do this any other days. And lengthen, oh I'm stuck, and up. Okay, so Karen's going to do that. And this is a traditional Pilates transition to down to the floor. So nice and tall. On the breath out, zip and hollow, the feet are crossed. As you lower, you'll notice Karen's leaning forward. It gets tricky from here to not drop. Good work. And then we'll lengthen both legs out in front to start a rollback series. Now again, just like every other class, if you need a pillow to support you to get back up in your rollbacks, that's fine. You just put that behind your tailbone or a towel. We won't need that, but you can do that as you need to. Arms are out in front, shoulders wrapped away from the ears, nice and tall through the chest. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, zip and hollow, tuck the tailbone as you curl down to the mat, one vertebra at a time. So we're going to roll all the way down. Once you're right down, you'll breathe in. The arms come over the head. Your rib cage stays down. Don't pop the ribs. Hands come over as you breathe out, curling up, chin to chest, rounding through the spine and lengthening forward. Breathing in, sit nice and tall. Breathe out, zip and hollow. Connect the ribs to the pelvis, rolling down, rounding the spine. And breathing in, lengthening the arms right over the head. On the breath out now, hands come over, chin to chest as you curl up. And reaching forward. Sitting nice and tall. Breathing out and rolling back down, rounding the spine, curling out. Scooping the stomach in, not doming in the stomach. Breathe in, lengthening the arms. And breathe out, hands come over, chin to chest. Start the curl up, rounding the spine. And breathing in, lengthen forward. And nice and tall. We're now going halfway. I want you to bring your hands to your forehead for salute. Fingertips on the forehead, shoulders still drawing down, elbows wide. You'll now breathe out as you curl halfway back and hold. We're going to be doing a single arm reach to the ceiling at your halfway point. Take a breath in. Breathe out, lengthen the right hand to the ceiling, palm stays forward. Breathe in as you return. Breathe out, left hand up. Breathe in, return. Breathe out, right hand up. Breathe in, return. Last one, left hand up. Return and hold. Now breathe out, both hands up and curl down to the floor behind you. This is a harder position to curl down in. Breathe in, arms lengthen right over the head. We'll come halfway up again. Breathe out, curling halfway up. Holding halfway. We're going to do my favourite oblique one now. So hands behind the head. Now if you feel your back, curl up a little bit higher. If it's too easy, go back a bit. Deep breath in. Breathe out, left knee pulls in as you rotate the body to the left. And breathe in, return. Breathe out, right knee and twist. And return. Now try not to close the gap. You rotate your body, but you don't sit your body taller. Breathe out and rotate. And return. Last two. Breathe out, rotate. And return. Final one. Breathe out, rotate. Return, hold. And curl back down to the mat, rounding the spine. Alright, hug the knees into your chest and give your back a quick circle out. Okay, we're going to go into our first set of tabletop here. So again, if you need a pillow for your head, you can place a pillow under the head. If you need a towel rolled up under your tailbone, if you get lower back pain at all and you're not quite strong enough to support neutral spine, you can do that as well. But hopefully in the standard class, everyone can support neutral. So one leg now at a time up into tabletop. Okay, now I always like to start with a few basic moves to warm the abs up. So we're going to have the hands behind the head, elbows wide, for some basic crunch or basic ab prep. So you'll take a deep breath in. On your breath out, zip and hollow, curl the head and shoulders up, elbows stay wide, and breathing in as you lower. You'll breathe out, curl up, zip and hollow to crunch, and breathing in as you lower. Breathe out, zip and hollow to curl. Breathing in as you lower. Two more. Breathe out, zip and hollow, abs scoop and breathe in to lower. Last one, making sure you don't pull the elbows in. Breathe in to lower. Now head stays down, hands by your side. Single leg stretch, head down, so hands right down. On your breath out, zip and hollow, lengthen the right leg forward. Breathe in, return. Breathe out, lengthen the left leg forward. Now with the head down, you want to focus on the deep abdominals, not the six pack. So draw the deep abs in as you lengthen. And return, 4 to go. Breathe out, lengthen. And return, last 3. And return, last 2. And final 1. Return and hold. Now hands back behind the head, elbows wide. We're combining those 2 together, no rotations. Take a deep breath in. Breathe out, curl up straight, lengthen one leg. Breathe in and return. Breathe out, curl up, single leg stretch. Breathe in, return. Rib cage down, abs flatten and return. 5 more. Breathe out, curl and lengthen. Again, making sure you're not losing neutral spine. You decide how low you can lengthen your leg based on not arching your lower back off the floor. So you'll lengthen out. And return. Final 1. Crunch and rotate. And return. Hug your knees into your chest for a quick little breather before we do one more set. Alright, now the final set in this series that we're going to do now is the hundreds. So just the hundreds. So I want you to try and find your most challenging position today. If it does get too tough, make it a little bit easier by bringing the feet higher or bring your knees back to tabletop. So hands onto the floor, legs back to tabletop. On your breath out, curl the head and shoulders right up. Lengthen your legs straight, connect the heels, squeeze your inner thighs to your lowest position you can. And breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make sure you don't tense up. The shoulders are still wrapping back and down. 5 and in, 2, 3, 4, 5 and out, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 30. If you can, turn the feet into Pilates stance. It's a little bit more challenging. And in, 2, 3, 4, 5 and out, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 50. Now Pilates stance, for those who don't know, is turned out like ballet feet. In, 2, 3, 4, 5 and out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last 30, 2, 3, 4, 5 and out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last 20, 2, 3, 4, 5 and out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last 10, 2, 3, 4, 5 and out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bend the knees, lower the head and circle out your back. Good work, guys. This is a tough ab set. Hopefully that woke them up. We're now going to do your standard side stretch or universal stretch. You have both legs out along the floor. Right hand out to your side palm facing the ceiling. Now bring your right knee to tabletop. Reach your left hand across to the outside of your knee and breathe out as you draw the knee across your body and look to your right hand. Now you want to allow your hip to lift and you want to feel there's a tug of war between your right shoulder and that right knee. So you're trying to pull the knee and the shoulder away from each other to not allow that shoulder to lift. And we'll return back to the center. Bring that hand in, left hand out to your side, left knee to tabletop. Reach the hand across the body and breathe out. Lengthen the leg right across, reaching the left arm. Really twisting. Good work. Continuing to breathe as you hold this stretch. And returning back to the center and both legs along the floor. Hands by your side. Alright, so that was a good little ab set there. So we're going to roll onto your stomach now for a back extension. So we're just going to start, we're going to have a slightly more challenging back extension today instead of just your standard stretch. So on your fingers under your forehead. Alright, so your forehead, your neck is long so you're not pulling your chin up. Legs are lengthened, connected together, slightly drawing up into the stomach and squeezing the butt. Shoulders should be down, making sure you're not tensing into the neck. So we're going to be lifting the chest and the legs at the same time. So you'll take a breath in to prepare. On the breath out, zip and hollow. Think about length as you lift. You'll hover the body up and breathe in softly lower. And breathe out, zip and hollow, lengthen and lift. And breathe in slowly lower. Breathe out, lengthen and lift. Feel length more than height, breathing into lower. So make sure you're not just pulling up. You're reaching the body as long as possible and breathing into lower. 2 to go. Breathing out and lengthen. Breathe into lower. And final 1. Breathe out, lengthen and hold. Now from here, take your breath in. On your breath out, reach both hands forward until they're shoulder width apart, and breathe in, bend the elbows back. Breathe out and push, so don't lower the body, abs strong. Breathe in, return. Breathe out, squeeze the butt, lengthen. Breathe in, return, final one. Breathe out, lengthen. And return, softly lower the body, and using your hands by your ears, you'll push back into a shell stretch, rounding your spine, reaching your arms forward, so you're curling right out. Now over these next few weeks, you might notice a few of the different shirts Karen and I are wearing as clients in these classes. Those shirts, we just decided we'll try and do a little bit of supportive brands for our friends' companies who are obviously struggling like other companies right now. And they are running companies where they can't do running events. So you would have seen in a few of my classes, Huntley Half Marathon, Run Auckland Series. Karen's wearing a Go Run Girls one today, which is Marie, one of our past instructors. So we want to try and support those local companies too. Alright, so we're now going to go into some butt work. So we're going to come forward. Karen's going to lie on her right hand side facing the camera. Right arm out along the floor, pillow between your shoulder and your ear, or a folded up towel. And both legs right out straight. Okay, so from here you want to make sure the rib cage is down, so you've got neutral spine. Now even though Karen and I have taught this for over a decade, we still need to be corrected in this position. So there's a good chance you're not quite in the right position. So have a look at your hip and make sure you're not rolled forward or back. That's completely fine. Now we'll bring your top foot to hip height. Okay, so we're going to start again with your basic circle. You're going to breathe in, circle the top foot forward, breathe out, back and over. Breathing in, forward, breathe out, back and over. Breathe in, forward, good. Squeeze the butt over the top. Now for anyone who is coming from the basic classes and trying to step up to these ones during this period, if it gets too tough, you can bend your bottom knee to support you. And in any of the ones where I lift two legs, you can just do the top leg. So last two. And final one. Alright, now top foot only. Breathe in, flex the top foot. Breathe out, squeeze the butt, lift. Breathe in, point the toe. Breathe out, lower. Breathe in, flex. Breathe out, lift. Breathe in, point. Breathe out, zip and hollow abs, engage lower. Breathe in, flex. Zip and hollow abs, lift. Breathe in, point. And breathing out to lower. Breathe in, flex. Breathe out, zip and hollow to lift. Breathing into point. Breathing out to lower. Two more. Breathe into flex. Breathe out, lift. Breathe into point. Breathe out to lower. Final one. Breathe in, flex. Breathe out, lift. Breathe in, point. Breathe out, lower and hold. Now top foot staying at hip height. We're going to bring the bottom leg up. You'll breathe out, zip and hollow, lift the bottom leg, holding here. I now want you to reach your top arm to the ceiling so you're balancing. If this gets too tough, place the hand back down. Breathe in, lower both legs connected together, and breathe out, lift both legs. Breathe in, lower both legs. 4 of these total. Breathe out, lift. You'll see Karen's palm is facing the camera. That's so her shoulder stays more relaxed. Last one. Breathe in, lower. Breathe out and lift. Hold. Bring the top foot halfway up. So about there. And pulsing up now. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're doing 10, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lower the legs down. Bring your hand down. And we're going to roll onto your back for your stretch. So you have both knees bent. Left ankle over your right knee. Reach to your right thigh and pull the leg in towards you. Again, if you're a bit tight, you can keep the feet down and just push your left knee away from you. But hopefully in this class everyone's able to do the full pretzel, which is what Karen is doing. Alright, so we'll release from there and we're going to spin around to the opposite end. Now for my regular class clients, we've got I've got a special treat for you after this butt set, so I've saved it for last. Unfortunately that means Karen also has to have the special treat. So we're going to have your top foot at hip height. You've got that tuck of your tailbone, your rib cage connected, and your top shoulder relaxed. Now, it's always fine to have your hand down. You should be able to still push into the floor and not tense your shoulder. Okay, so you should be able to keep the shoulder down and push into the floor. Don't think you have to balance. With that top foot at hip height, breathe in, circle forward, breathe out, back and over. Breathe in, forward, squeeze the butt back and over. Breathe in, forward, squeeze the butt over the top. Now some of you might notice Karen's circle is not actually that big. Most people try to do more than they need to in Pilates. And when you do a motion that is too big, you'll start using the wrong muscles. So when you've got your abs and butt strong, you'll notice that there's a point where you can't get past. And we want to work within that. And one to go, breathe in, forward, squeeze the butt back and over. Now top foot staying at hip height. You'll breathe in to flex the foot. Breathe out, squeeze the butt to lift. Breathe in, point the toe. Breathe out to lower. Breathe in, flex. Breathe out, lift. Breathe in, point. Breathe out and lower. Breathe in, flex. Breathe out, zip and hollow lift. Breathe in, point. Squeeze the butt. Breathe out to lower. Breathe in, flex. Breathe out, squeeze the butt lift. Breathe in, point. Breathe out, lower. Last one. Breathe in, flex. Breathe out, lift. Breathe in, point. And lower and hold. Take a breath in. Breathe out, bring the bottom leg up to meet the top leg. Lengthen the top arm to the ceiling. Connecting the ribs and abs here is a lot harder than when the foot is down. You're going to breathe in, lower both legs down. Breathe out, zip and hollow lift and reach the legs. Breathing in to lower. Use the abs. Abs first, then the butt, then the legs. Breathe in, lower. Breathe out, abs, butt and lengthen. Breathing in to lower. Breathe out, zip and hollow lengthen. Final one, breathe in, lower. Squeeze the butt, lift, hold. Bring the top foot higher without bouncing in the waist, pulsing up. 1, 2, so controlled. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Connect the legs, lower them down, lower your hand and rolling onto your back for the pretzel butt stretch on this side. So now right ankle over the left knee, hug the left leg in. Alright, just enough time to do my special treat. So we're going to do some teasers today. A teaser is a classic Pilates move. When I say classic, probably one that's used the most on advertising. So I'm going to get Karen actually to spin around the other side, just because it's a bit more space up here. Now, there is a few modifications we need to be aware of. If you needed a pillow for your rollbacks or a towel, you'll definitely need it for teaser. Okay, so make sure you've got that handy. What's going to happen here? The two modifications I'm going to do within this session is the standard teaser and then one that ends up in more of a tabletop. So both legs are going to start along the floor. On your arms up to the ceiling, palms facing each other. There's a few different ways to do teaser. I tend to like this one to set you up strong. So shoulders already strong, abs are strong, butt squeezed. Legs connected together all the way to the heels. I'll just get Karen to demo both types before we do it continuously. So we're going to take a deep breath in. On the breath out, zip and hollow, the head and shoulders will lift first. Once the shoulder blades are up, you're going to lift and lengthen the legs. Now your arms and your legs should be parallel. Your hands should not be lower. So you're reaching the arms, reaching the legs, and then curling back down. So you don't normally stay up there for long. That was for the demonstration. Now, the basic, the intermediate version is your knees bending to tabletop as that happens. So deep breath in. Again, upper body starts. Once the shoulder blades are up, reach the arms, the knees bend in, and then breathe in, lengthen back up. All right, so we're going to do 3 of them in a row. You choose which one suits you. If you start getting a sore back, hug your knees in and maybe just skip the teasers because these are a challenging exercise. You'll take a breath in. Breathe out, zip and hollow to curl right up, lengthen the legs, reach the arms and breathe in as you lower. Arms right above the shoulders again, breathe out straight away, chin to chest, lift and reach. And breathing in as you lower. Maybe I'll move away so you get the nice silhouette of Karen because she's doing this really well. Breathe out and lengthen. Breathing in as you lower. Now this final one, we're going to go up and hold. So you'll breathe out, zip and hollow lift, lengthen, hold. Now single leg lowers halfway. So you'll breathe in, lower one leg halfway, breathe out, back up. Breathe in, opposite leg, breathe out, scoop the stomach. 2 more. And scoop. Last one. Scoop and hold and curl the spine down, legs lower. Hug the knees into your chest. That's all the mean stuff done. You'll give your back a good circle out. That was good, guys. Teasers, good fun. Good challenge. We're going to roll onto your stomach for one more back extension. This time just the basic relaxing stretch, not the harder ones like we did earlier. So hands in line with your ears, neck long, shoulders down, squeezing the butt, lengthening the legs. You'll breathe out, zip and hollow, push the hands down into the floor, lift the chest, arching the back, shoulders draw down, and breathing in slowly lower. Breathing out, zip and hollow lift. Now remember guys, you doing this at home is a lot harder for us to correct your posture and help you modify to safer positions. So please try to use your current knowledge from our classes of what neutral spine is, how low to lengthen your legs, all the things we're aware of in class that Karen and I are correcting. Please make sure you're thinking about those as well. And if you do experience any neck or back pain, just to stop that exercise, take a little stretch. Normally the abs especially only need about 10 seconds to recover. And if anything, if you are really struggling with any injuries or niggles currently, we can also get hold of Karen for over the internet physio. So we're now going to push back into a full shell stretch, final stretch for the class. Again, really rounding out. Arms are reaching forward, tailbone right down. Curling the spine, using a breath cycle. So on that breath in, the ribs should expand wide. And on the breath out, together the abs flatten and you'll drop down into that stretch. Going to do 2 more of them. Deep breath in. Breathe out, ribs come together. Now, we're giving you guys 3 days of classes a week, breathing in, but it's obviously 6 30-minute sessions. So you can do them over different days, or you could do them in one day. You could do just the basics or just the standards. And together, but I would say your favourite one from the week, you should pick that and do that in the weekend as well. So you do 1 weekend class. Alright, we're now going to slowly restack. And we're done for your Friday class. And have a great weekend. We'll see you all again next week.
Bye.